I gotta love this. I want to welcome everyone, every single person. I want to welcome you to Bobby Likis Car Clinic. You will not hear, unless someone comes out with Obamacare or Obama automobile, or McCainville, or a Cadillac, or you will not hear me talking about politics, because I don't know anything about politics. And you know what? What a break! Let's talk about cars, and let's talk about natural gas, compressed natural gas, methane gas, and Drive America natural gas. Senator Inhofe from Oklahoma, he's a big proponent of that. Talk about ferrocene. Who knows what ferrocene is? No one. I do. And the reason that I do is that recently I received an email, and it asked me about putting these additives in the gas, and they said these additives were, you remember the story. Oh, and first, let me welcome everybody to Bobby Likis Car Clinic here on Paltalk.com. I'm just delighted to have you in the house. I want you to stick around, put your palm up if you have a question, or if you have a comment. This is a G-rated room, so please keep it cool. And I will share with you information that you just can't get anywhere else. So, recently I received an email about gas pills. And, I say recently, a couple of 3 months ago, but you know how time flies when you're having fun. And these gas pills were supposedly, had already been proven in the space shuttle program. Wow. I mean, NASA, no less. And I did some research, and sure enough, these the content of these pills were used to help the booster rockets in the better fueling, better burning, better development of energy from the fuel, which, by the way, underline the word no, it had no connection to a gasoline burning engine. It had no connection to a diesel burning engine. And here's what it is, and just in case you see this under fuel additives, and write this down, it's called ferrocene, F-E-R-R-O-C-E-N-E, and ferrocene and its derivatives are anti-knock high octane. It was called ethyl. Well, that was the reason it was called ethyl, because it was tetraethyl lead, which is previously used. And ferrocene is possible to buy at Halfords in the UK. So if you live in the UK, you can buy ferrocene, and it can be added to unleaded petrol to enable it to be used in vintage cars, which were designed to run on leaded cars. So there is an application for ferrocene. Now, I'm not talking about some of the gas pills that you see advertised on the internet that claim better gas mileage, but this is a specific product. And if you'll just go to a Wikipedia, and you can find this information, but I found it through a technical agent that is the technical director for a very large automotive chemical. And here's what he says to me, and I'll just share this with you. The fuel tablets are a hoax. They contain ferrocene, an iron-containing chemical. Supposedly, they catalyze fuel for better combustion. A big exaggeration at best. The iron ends up depositing on the spark plugs in the form of a reddish powder, just like lead fouling does. Not only that, but as a heavy metal iron, which is a no-no in combustion, this compound could potentially poison O2 sensors, that's your oxygen sensors, and catalytic converters. And catalytic converters cost an absolute fortune, folks. Unbelievable. If you've got, here's the bottom line. A catalytic converter is an afterburner. So if you could just buy a catalytic converter, like I can buy another cup, and if I lost one of these, I'll just buy another, and I've got the full set, right? But a catalytic converter doesn't come as a unit. Well, I take that back. It doesn't come as a separate entity. It comes as a unit to fit within the car that it was manufactured on, which means it has appendages. It has the incoming pipe with a place for the oxygen sensor already welded into it. It has the outgoing pipe with a place for the other O2 sensor that's welded to it. So when you buy one of these monsters, it looks like a spider, a big spider, and in some cases can cost $2,000 and $3,000. And so that begs another question. If you do have to buy a converter, can you buy one in an aftermarket like at a Midas Muffler or somewhere? And the answer is yes, but it's a universal converter. They still have to use the original factory appendages to make it fit your car. Is it okay? Yes, and here's why. That specific converter for them to sell on the American open market has to be approved by the federal government. So, and I'm sure there are some unscrupulous companies that would create what appears to be a workable catalytic converter. But make no mistake about it, the computer, I mentioned the oxygen sensor before and after the converter. The computer will know if it doesn't work. And the light that came on that steered you into a shop, and the shop said you got to have a converter, and they wanted $1,800, and you went down the street and got one for $700 or $500, and the light came back on in 2 days or 2 weeks, and now it says catalytic converter. You just blown $500. You got to be careful. Have to be very careful. Okay, back to the ferrocene damaging. Anyway, these types of gimmicks have been around since 1940 and just reinvented for selling to gullible people when gas prices are high. So that's a one little note I wanted to share with you. Oh, Ford Motor Company, and you heard about the new key? I don't know how many parents we have in the room. Pardon me. I don't know how many parents we have in the room. But here's a key that's going to be out on the 2010 Ford Focus and following on Ford, Lincoln, Mercury product, the whole line. And so if Ford's got it, it's like you saying, I've got a better watch than you. And well, all it takes is dollars. And so if Ford makes a better car, GM can copy it. Toyota, well, Toyota doesn't have to copy it because they already make a great car. But Toyota,